Live from Atlanta, Georgia, from the Fox 5 studios, this is Good Day Atlanta.
Our next guest is an expert in the area of leadership and motivation. He says the only thing stopping you from thriving, even in this depressed economic climate, is your own willpower or lack thereof. Here with us this morning, the one, the only, Jerome Love. Jerome, good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure
Thank
to have you here. All right, let's talk a little bit about get up, get out, get something. You know what? A lot of folks feel like they can't do that now. You know what? They've been let go and they don't know where to begin. So how do you tell people to get up and get them motivated to do so?
Well, the first thing that I always tell people is that if you want to be motivated, you got to really understand what motivation is. I mean, when we look at the term motivation, the root of the word motivation is motive, and motive is defined as a compelling reason to act. So if you can't define why you're doing what you're doing, eventually you're going to stop. A lot of times people are engaged in behavior because it's what they feel like someone else wants them to do or what they're supposed to be, and then they can't figure out why they fizzle out. They lose interest. It's because they don't have a motive.
Okay, here in Georgia, we are dealing with record numbers when it comes to unemployment. Wow, what a great opportunity to start your own business. And it's all about a mindset.
It definitely is. One of the other things I do, I'm the president and CEO of the Houston Black Expos, the largest African-American trade show in the state of Texas. And we notice our booth sales are way up. And what's happened is a lot of these people who are losing their jobs are finally jumping out that nest, if you will, and trying to start their business and using the Black Expo as an opportunity to promote and market their businesses.
Okay, so that's a great idea. Now, you're known as the get up, get out, get something guy in terms of motivation.
Yes, sir.
You know, why is it that people have such a block to being even successful or to running their own businesses?
Well, that's a great question. I was speaking for a group of corporate managers for Nationwide Insurance a couple of weeks ago. And one of the things that I told them is if you're going to be a success with anything, whether it be business and life, you got to understand three principles. That's simply to get up. Getting up is about your attitude. Albert Einstein was quoted as once saying that a problem cannot be solved with the same mentality that created it. So if you want to have different results, you have to think differently. The second step is to get out. Getting out is about action. If you want to have what most people don't have, you have to be willing to do what most people aren't willing to do. And then in getting something is about the achievement. Sometimes we don't necessarily get what we want, when we want, how we want, but if you continue to press forward, I guarantee you what you will get will be greater than what you have now.
Okay, the title of your book, Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something, How Contrapreneurship Can Help You Build a Booming Business. What is contrapreneurship?
A contrapreneur is an individual that lives their life recognizing that their value comes from being unique, being who they've been created to be. So they don't follow the trends, they set the trends. They're thermostats, not thermometers. Thermostats set the temperature. Thermometers conform to the temperature. So they go contrary to the status quo. And I think that's what's stopping most folks. They're looking to see what status quo is doing. They're looking to see what everyone else is doing. But really, the value is in being who they've been created to be.
Yeah, you know, and where do we lose our inner drive, our energy? Does it come from just doing that 9 to 5 and getting comfortable?
I think that's what it is. Many people have just become comfortable doing it 9 to 5. When I started my first business, I was 19. The funny thing was I would have so many people say, hey, man, I got this business idea. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I would always say, why not? Well, mostly because they were scared. They were comfortable. They wanted their so-called good job. And now we're realizing that there is no such thing as a good job. You know, in this economy, when people are losing millions and millions of jobs every year in this country.
Right. Yes, indeed. All right, Jerome Love, thanks so much for stopping by. And we'll hook folks up with your website and put a link on
All right, wonderful.
What a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for getting us up and getting us going this morning. Get up, get out, get something, and get more by logging on to myfoxatlanta.com and clicking on the Good Day tab. We'll hook you up with a link to Jerome's website. All right, let's get back over to Jeff and find out what's coming our way today in the weather forecast. Jeff?
I like that, contrapreneur.
Yes, indeed.
Never thought of it that way.
Set the trend.
Yes.
Don't follow them.
Absolutely. I'd say that's how the successful ones do it. Right. 72 degrees.